hour long, we have been coming to you from the Front Street Brewery and Tap Room, a great restaurant and pub right here in Davenport, Iowa. And business has been good lately. But running a small business like this is not just about inflation. It's also about workers and wages and weird shortages of important products. So let's wrap up our hour with Tim Baldwin. He's the co-owner of Front Street Brewery here in Davenport. And first off, thanks for having us. We jammed up your place, and we appreciate you having CNBC here, Tim.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Is there anything at all that's gone down in price in the last year or two?
Nothing I can think of.
Nothing. Give
not
one
a
thing. Nothing.
Not a thing, no.
T-shirts?
No.
Beer?
No, certainly not beer. No.
Food?
No, certainly not food.
How bad is it with inflation right now?
It's been tough. We've hung out as long as we could. May 1st, we had to finally increase the price of a pint of beer. Between trucking costs, the cost of grain, the cost of inputs, our labor cost, everything's gone up, and it finally forced us to raise the price of a pint of beer.
And are your suppliers coming to you and say, "Hey, Tim, I'm sorry, man, I gotta raise the prices.
Yeah, they are.
I gotta raise the grains, the glasses, whatever it may be."
When it comes to the input cost for beer, they don't give us much notice. It's just, here's the next shipment, and this is what it's going to cost this time.
You don't have a say?
No, we really don't have a say when it comes to the beer production. Now, when we're talking about our restaurant and the foods that we source locally, we do work very closely with our local suppliers and negotiate those prices. So we're all in the same boat here locally.
Do you have any wiggle room on prices?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, especially with our local suppliers, particularly when we're talking about beef and chicken and proteins that are raised right here in the Quad Cities. It's a give and take because we both need to survive and get through this period of time.
So what are they? I mean, you know what's going on. You live here, but what are they telling you? Sorry, it's fertilizer costs.
Yeah, fertilizer
sorry,
costs.
It's feed. Yeah. Sorry, it's trucking.
All the above. Fertilizer costs.
All the above?
Yeah, all the above. Absolutely. So their input costs go up. That product they produce from us has to go up. It's got to break somewhere.
What I'm worried about, though, Tim, I'm telling you, is like fertilizer prices spiked late last year.
Yeah.
Those crops are planted this spring. I don't know if food inflation has gone through the cycle yet because a lot of the stuff we're growing to eat is still growing.
Right.
Do you think it could get worse before it gets better?
I think it could, and we do the best we can to forecast that and prepare for it. We change our menu out twice a year. We're in the middle of that right now. We had probably a half a dozen items on that menu that had to be adjusted price-wise or modify the product so we could reduce some of the costs. For example, our price of spring mix, our lettuce, the spring mix has gotten out of hand, so we're modifying lettuce. And we're building our own salad now by taking some of the spring mix and adding in some spinach that's lower cost to reduce the overall cost and not have to increase the cost of the product to the customer.
Listen, restaurants, obviously some of the toughest businesses in America to run, maybe the toughest on so many levels. But it's also like the most widely owned. So you run a successful business, and by the way, you're open now too, so don't give away too much. But for a lot of our viewers that are watching tonight that may be struggling in the restaurant business, like Pee-wee's, we talked to them in Rock Island yesterday, across the river. Got any advice for them? It's a tough time.
Stick with it. Get creative.
Like what you just did with the menu.
Just like what we had to do with the menu and modifying the product to still provide a high-quality product and not have to price ourselves out of the market.
Well, the price of transportation, I'm told, is going up, and cue the train,
right?
Which I'm told is a discount on drinks. When the train whistle goes off, it's a discount on drinks. That's actually what I'm told. So there, you keep blowing that every time the train whistle goes. So we're trying our best to downplay inflation, or at least that train is. And really just thanks again for having CNBC here in Davenport, Iowa, Front Street Brewery and Tap Room. I know you got 2 locations. And I hope all of our viewers to come here, support you and your team.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks very much.